On this show, we highlight the ingenuity of Liberians in and out of Liberia by sharing their successes, challenges, entrepreneur endeavors, and much more with the intent to inspire other upcoming changemakers. Through the 1847 game show today, we will promote the Liberian culture and heritage by creating a space for individuals to learn the history of our nation, to find solutions to problems that affect our country today. For this and much more, stay tuned for All Things Liberian. We'll be right back after this short break.
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba, founder of Destiny Creative Organization and owner at Janice's Snacks. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
Fellow Liberians, to many, Mama Liberia has been a single mother. She struggles to make ends meet in the absence of our founding fathers, yet she continues to raise a nation. Mama Liberia nurtures us from infancy to adulthood, despite our rebellion after discovering how prosperous we once were. Nonetheless, she remains resilient and hopeful for a better future for us all. As a country, we've enjoyed over 2 decades of unrivaled peace, which has become the bedrock of our nation's successes today. For Mama Liberia to continue thriving, we must understand that war has no place in our country. We need peace in this critical junction of our nation's history to harvest the prosperity we've longed for. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Liberia is all we have. We are all we have. As Liberians, we must be patriotic and learn to put the needs of our country before our own. As patriotic citizens, we must understand and accept that we need to lay the foundation for prosperity so the future generation can have a head start. We must be willing to sacrifice for our country's future, even though we may not personally benefit. We're called to spearhead positive change. We must be change makers. Being a change maker is not a job or a position. It's a calling, a lifelong commitment of sacrifices with no guaranteed benefits. Change makers put aside their religious, tribal, political, or other differences for the sole benefit of their motherland. Changemakers do not hate. Changemakers do not obstruct peace. Changemakers do not resolve conflicts with violence. Changemakers do not engage in corruption nor tolerate it. Changemakers promote transparency and accountability in government, business, and everyday life, understanding that a corrupt Liberia cannot thrive. As changemakers, we're stewards of our country's natural resources, advocating for sustainable practices to ensure a green and healthy tomorrow for future generations. Therefore, it is imperative that we embrace our civic duties. It is essential for us to actively participate in the democratic process by exercising our right to vote and engaging in constructive dialogue to bring about positive change. We must uphold the peace. Despite the challenges that may arise in the upcoming elections, I'm hopeful of our country's future. As patriotic citizens and change makers, I know we will prioritize unity, peace, progress, and our beloved Mama Liberia above all else. It is who we are as change makers, and it's exactly what our country needs. So what's your role in rebuilding our nation, fellow change maker?
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba, founder of Destiny Creative Organization and owner at Janice's Snacks. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
Welcome back. You're watching the 1847 show, and this is the 6th edition of our game show. If you're not following us on social media, don't forget to follow us at the 1847 show. We're on all social media platforms. The game show allows us to celebrate the Liberian culture and heritage in a fun and exciting way. During the game show today, contestants will compete in a game of our own made in Liberia and Jeopardy to win the ultimate cash prize of 15 USD. If they win, the 1847 show will send the funds directly to them if they're in Liberia. And if they're not, they can choose to donate the money to a nonprofit of their choice. But before we get started, let's introduce our contestants today. All right. We'll start with our previous winner, Mr. Sumo, and then Mr. Williams as well, who's trying to come back and win. So we'll start with you, Mr. Sumo. Please tell us your name, your county of birth, and one thing you love about Liberia.
All right, hello, Mr. Jabo, hello, fellow contestants, and to our viewers. I'm Edward M. Small. I hail from Lofa County. And then one thing I love about Liberia is our peaceful mentality. And as it has reached a time that we need to exercise it most, I'm encouraging all of us Liberians that we exercise peace as we go through our times of national election.
Awesome, awesome. We'll go to you, Mr. Robert.
Hi everyone. Mm, My name is Robert Clemens. I hail from Oswego County, Harrisburg. My favorite thing about Liberia is the geographic landscape, our natural resources.
Okay. Now, for you guys that are watching, Mr. Roberts is also the one who creates our flyer on the show here, and I'm about to put one on the screen. This flyer that you see looking so great, so beautiful, was created by Mr. Roberts. So, Mr. Roberts, tell the audience a little bit about the work you do and what that means and how they can get in contact with you if they need help creating any graphic.
I'm a graphic design freelancer. Uh, I work in both Photoshop and other software. I have my page on Instagram and Facebook. Follow me at Roberto Graphics. Roberto Graphics. You can contact me for flyer, banners, brochure, call cards, and other graphic design essentials. Uh, Mr. Chabu got my flyer. You can do the advertisement or on the screen. You can contact me with the number there.
Okay. All right. So we just put your info on the screen here. It says Roberto Graphics for all graphic needs, correct?
Yes. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys. So if you're watching and you have a business or you have something like this, like the 1847 show that you do, and you need people to create good-looking graphics, I will show the graphics one more time. Of course, we have multiple graphics that he creates for us every week, but he's the one that did this, and it's really good looking. So if you want to get in touch with him, of course, follow the page. You can contact him, and he'll be able to help you. But we'll go on to Mr. Williams. Just introduce yourself, please.
I'm Edward J. Williams, and from Grand Bassa County, and I was born in Buchanan. And one thing I love about Liberia is the one one of the features of Liberia. One is the oceans. Yeah, that's my favorite thing about Liberia. In some countries, people don't enjoy that, and some of our friends who going out there to study, most of the times, if you post pictures where you're around the ocean, they'll be like, I miss that space. So I'm glad that in Liberia we can enjoy that.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Now, for everyone, you saw the message that I put on the screen, the message about promoting peace in Liberia. So just tell the audience from your perspective, why do you think it's important for us to uphold the peace as at this critical juncture in our country's history? Just briefly, we'll start with you, Mr. Sumo.
All right, to all Liberians, I think we all have dreams and aspirations. In order for any of those to be fulfilled, it will need to be fulfilled in a peaceful land, in a peaceful environment. So this peace is not or one person matter. We all have to work together in ensuring that we maintain the peace in Liberia so that we can have a happy land and fulfill our dreams and make Liberia a better place.
Awesome. Mr. Williams?
Yeah, so just to buttress what he said, peace is one key essential thing that every one of us will need as individuals and then for our country as well. So to live a peaceful life, we should be able to support each other and be able to maintain the peace that we need in Liberia to fulfill our dreams and aspirations that we had. Like there are some people, for example, me, 5 or 6 years from now, I want to be a high contributor to the development of the Liberian economy. So I need peace to accomplish that dream. So we must promote peace in Liberia, especially during this time of election. Everyone have their own political affiliations, no matter where you're from, no matter who we are, but Liberia is for every one of us.
Man, thank you. Mr. Robert?
Yeah, I would like to urge every Liberian because Liberia is all we have. Firstly, as young people, we need peace because in a few years from now, we all will need something to be doing. So we need peace for development, for other goals for the country. We need roads and other things. So we need peace. We need a country to be stable for all that thing to work out. So I will urge everybody to remain calm. Come Tuesday, go place your vote. Let everything be the winner. Everything is okay.
Awesome. Awesome. We cannot emphasize how important it is for us to keep the peace. We all are heavily invested in Liberia. No matter who you are, where you're from, you have some form of interest in the country. And if the peace is not kept, like everyone have said, we will all be affected. So we got to make sure of that. We got to make sure that the investments that we have in Liberia, that no one a politician puts that to waste, because that's our future, that's our kids' future, that's the generation's future to come. So thank you all for sharing that. We'll go ahead and get the game show started. Awesome. Can you guys see my screen here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so you were seeing it, except can you see it now? Can you
It's
see it now?
visible.
Yeah,
All right, Mr. Weeks, are you there?
yeah.
Awesome, awesome, my man. So we'll stop sharing the screen. We'll give you, since you came on time, just go ahead and introduce yourself, your name, your county of birth, and then one thing you love about Liberia, real quickly.
So basically, my name is Thomas Weeks, and I was born in Moshobayo County. And one thing I love about Liberia is that we are we Liberians. We are very adaptable to something, to any situation.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we'll go right into the games. 1 second here. So whoever has that, there's a lot of noise coming in the background of children and stuff. If you can minimize that, we appreciate it, because we want to be able to hear you when you're ready to answer the questions. So the first game that we're going to be playing today is our very own game. We created this game on the platform here, and we tell the public that, hey, again, whoever has that noise, please, if you can go to a quieter place, we appreciate that. But we created this game and we told the public, hey, you can use this game. If you need the templates for it, we can share it with you. But we want people to be able to use this game to celebrate our culture. So the whole idea of this game, we'll go ahead and get started. The rule says participants must use the images, sounds, text shown to identify if people or objects are made in Liberia. So we'll give you different images, sounds, and you have to let us know if they are made in Liberia. That's the objective. The game is played in 3 rounds, and each round gets more difficult. So the number of things made in Liberia will decrease. All participants will be allotted 10 seconds to answer the question as follows. Yes, and this is blank. If it's made in Liberia, the person to provide the correct answer is awarded with the total points. No points will be given to a participant who didn't answer the question fully. If an answer is not made in Liberia, then the participant must respond no, and this is made in just the country. Remember this, if it's not made in Liberia, we only need the country that is made in. So you will say no, and this is made in, you fill in the blank with the country. If it's made in Liberia, you need to say yes, this is made in Liberia, and you need to say who or what it is. So keep that in mind. If you don't answer that correctly, you risk losing your points. Now, all wrong answers will receive a 53 points deduction. So in this game specifically, if you get a question wrong, that 53 points deduction. All bonuses have an additional 47 points that you will be awarded. The first person to reach or get closer to 1847 without exceeding wins the game. So at the end of the game, the person closest to 1847, their total score will be the one who win the game. If you exceed 1847, you automatically lose the game. So keep that in mind as well and look at the points and what you have before you answer each question. Now, if we're playing the game and we're in the second round and somebody already has 1847 total score, then we'll end the game automatically. That person wins the game. And then the last one said if a person gets exactly 1847, they win an additional 25% of the cash prize. So the cash prize is $15 today. And how you get that $15 is by getting a combined score between this game and the next game. So it's not just who wins this game. You take your score from this game when we play the Jeopardy game, you add it to that, the total combined score will be the winner for today. Any questions? All right. These gentlemen look like they're ready to get started.
I got one question.
Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So you said that the point that your point exceed 1847, you lost. So
Automatically.
is it a combination of the point from the game and the next game? Or
No,
just the game?
for the 1847, that's a good question by the way. But for the 1847 number is only applicable to this game. So if you exceed 1847 in this game, then you lose just this game. And then we'll give you 0 going into the next round, in the next game. Does that answer your question? Awesome. I didn't hear him say yes. But if you're on mute, make sure you're not on mute because we'll not be able to hear you. And make sure your internet is good. So this is a sample question. Now, the sample question says made in Liberia. So we'll ask you this question for each of the questions. And then you will respond. Since this is made in Liberia, you say yes and who it is. And this is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, for example. At the bottom of the screen here, you'll see the total points that this question is worth. So if you answer this question correctly, you will have 100 points. The first person to answer is the first person that gets the point. Now, round one. Hold on, let's see. So round one, points are worth face value. So whatever you see is what you get. Only 75% of the questions are made in Liberia. So each round has 5 questions. So if you say 75% of it, you got to use strategy and see how many of those questions will be made in Liberia. All wrong answers will receive a 53-point deduction. All bonuses will receive 47 points. The closest person to 1847 wins the game. So we'll get started. Made in Liberia. Actually, one second, guys. Let me put this thing out.
Yes.
One second. All right, 1 second. I believe I have the. Oh man. All right, there we go. This is the table. Text, all text will have 300 points. Audio will have 250 points in the first round. In the second round, this is what they'll be worth. In the first round, it will be worth this. Second round, this, and third round, it will be worth this. So in the second round, all the points will be double. So if it was worth 300 points in the first round, it will be worth 600 points. In the third round, it will be worth 900 points. So this is the scoring table. So as you can see, the points increases very quickly. So make sure you're looking at your score before you answer a question. You got to be strategic. We already went over this sample question. And then if something is not made in Liberia, like this question, this is another sample question. You'll say no, and this is made in Tanzania. This is the president of Tanzania. So if it's not made in Liberia, we just need where it's from. And right here, you see the total point value. We'll go ahead and get started. Made in Liberia. Put the timer on the board.
Yes, and this is Nizy, man.
All right, Mr. Sumo already ready to go. Keep in mind, this man is here to defend his title. 200 points, we'll give it to you here. The scores are on the left, excuse me, on the right. All right. So 200 points for that. We'll go to the next question. Anybody can answer this as well. Yes, and this is Nancy, man. This is the audio, so listen well. Come on, baby, let me get it up let me see your hands let me see your, let me get it. Come on, baby, let me get it up let me see your hands let me see your, let me get it. Money, 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 money. All right, made in Liberia. Put the timer on the board. All right, this is Yes, and this is Use That Side by Bosco. So Bosco is an artist based out of China. We also interviewed him on the show recently, and that's one of his songs. So you guys just missed 250 points for that. And since nobody answered it, I don't need to tell you the bonus question. Made in Liberia. Put the timer up. All right, no one answered that. It's no, and this is made in South Africa. That is AKA the rapper from South Africa. Rest in peace, he died recently. All right, next question. This is a quote. Don't follow me if you want. Don't follow me if you want to chop. It says made in Liberia.
Oh, 300 points.
Yes, made in Nigeria.
Yes, and this is by Alexander B. Cummings. So the person who said yes and made in Nigeria, you got it wrong. That was Mr. Clemens, I believe, correct? No, that was Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks. So remember, if you get it wrong, we're minus 53 points. So if it's made in a different country, you just have to say no in the country. You don't say yes and then the country. Because the question is always made in Liberia. All right, next question. This is a video, so watch the video. And this is the last question in this round.
Yes, this is made in Liberia, and this is in tennis.
You gotta watch the video finish for your answer. All right.
Yes, this is
made in Liberia.
Mr. Williams was the first one I heard. So, Mr. Williams, who is the artist? Just to be clear.
King Dennis.
Okay, very good. He was the first one I heard. Both while the video was playing and afterwards as well. So, right here, we'll give you 150 points. Now, this does have a bonus question. And for the bonus question, only you can answer it first. We'll give you 10 seconds here on the clock. The question is, what record label is he signed to? For Mr. Williams. All right. So everyone else can answer this now since you didn't answer. Mr. Sumo, I heard first. They will give you 47 points for that. All right. So the score right now, we have Mr. Sumo in first place with 247. We have Mr. Williams in second place with 150. And then Mr. Clements in no place with 0. And then Mr. Weeks dragging behind with negative 53 points. So he owe us. So if you have negative points before you leave the show, you have to pay us money. That's the law. So we'll go to the next question. So yes, and this is Hip Hop Alphabet by King Dennis. So this is round 2. Again, each round has 5 questions, and we'll speed through this as well. Made in Liberia?
Yes, and this is the executive mansion.
That is wrong.
Yes, me and my brother. This is the.
Yes, and this is Capitol Building.
That is wrong.
This is the
Yes,
Yes,
and this
and
is
that is Capitol
LRA.
Building.
Yes, and this is LRA. So,
Yes.
but the thing is, Mr. Williams, since you got it wrong and you got it correct, you get 0 points. You don't get anything. Now for Mr. Sumo, you said something that was incorrect. Capital Building, I believe. So we're gonna minus 52 points from you. Don't think we can forget on this show. All right. You're still in first place. And then Roberts, you also said something that was incorrect. So you're about to join Mr. Weeks with your negative points. You started so confidently too. I thought you were going to say the right answer. All right. So we have 2 people with negative points here. All right, next question. This is a text. So when you wait for tomorrow, it will never come. When you don't wait for it, it will still come. So is this made in Liberia?
Yes, it's a proverb.
Is this made in Liberia?
No.
You got to say the country. You said yes before you said no. So you got to pick which one you're going wrong.
Just mentira.
All right. So look at somebody about the OS points here. No, and this is made in Guinea. So Mr. Weeks is about to owe us some points. So keep in mind, we'll take this score here and subtract it from whatever points you get in the next game. If you don't get positive points in this game, we'll subtract it from the next game. All right. So Mr. Weeks currently have negative 106 points in 4th place. All right, we'll go to the next question. This is an audio. Listen closely. All right, is this made in Liberia? Remember, if it's made in Liberia, we need the name of the artist in the song. Yes, and this is No More Delay by Ivan P. He's based out of America, but this is a Liberian song. All right, we'll go on to the next question. So this is the 10th question out of 5 in this round. So we got 2 more left. Made in Liberia?
No, this is Egypt.
That is correct. No, and this is Egypt. So you got 400 points for that. This should be an easy one. Once you see pyramids, there's only one country you should think about, right? So Mr. Clements is now in first place with 347 points, followed by Mr. Sumo with 194, and then followed by Mr. Williams with 150, and then Mr. Weeks. I can't even say that number. All right, we'll go to the next question. This is a video, so please remember you can only answer after the fact because I won't be able to hear you.
I won't sleep, but the streets are calling me. And I won't dream, but the lake are calling me. I won't go, but I started holding me. I go slow, nobody touching me. I know.
Main
Yes,
Liberian,
this is Main Liberian. This is Panto.
what's the song
Yes,
name?
yes, me la bro, Panto.
The name of the song.
He play against our
Big player.
Jersey.
Yeah,
He player.
I won't
simple,
sleep, but
simple Panto.
That's right. And this is Big Player by Quanto. Mr. Clement said that first. He said the name of the song first. Big Player. All right. So we'll give you 300 points here, and then I have a bonus question for that as well for you. So the bonus question is, which label is this artist signed to? Mr. Clemens, only you can answer first.
Holy Records. Holy Records.
Holy Records, that's correct. So 47 points additional for you. So now Mr. Clemens remains in first place with 694 points, followed by Mr. Sumo with 194. So little minute, I can't joke with you today, Mr. Sumo. All right, we'll go on to the next round. This was the last question in this round. This is a video, so watch it and then you can answer after. So it has no sound for a reason. Remember, the questions get more difficult.
No.
No, and this is made in Liberia.
That is correct. And I heard Mr.
Mobile.
first, knowing this is made in Nigeria. So this song is actually Ask About Me by Mobile. Rest in peace. So Mr. Sumo answered that. We'll go ahead and get
No, I was a week.
I said it first.
No, he's Mr. Sumo said it first, I heard.
Oh.
Yeah. So 450 points for Mr. Sumo here. He's still in second place, right behind Mr. Clements. All right, we'll go to the next question. Remember, this gets more and more difficult. So this is made in Liberia.
Yes, MC Caro.
What is the name of the album is what we need. We need the name of this album. Which album cover is this? That is correct, Mr. Clements. Yes, and this is King Caro by MC Caro. You said that correct?
Where?
Mr. Clemens, you said King Caro, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. Just making sure. So you got 600 points for that.
Man, I can't do it.
So, Mr. Clemens, we have a bonus question for you. Tell us, name one song from this album. Any song. You can name any song from this album. That's the question. You got 10 seconds here on the clock.
Baby.
Baby did not come from this album. Baby was a single. So you really haven't listened to this album yet. Now, everybody else, name one song from this album called King Caro. Okay. So some of the songs from that album, you have Mama, you have Money, you have Banger, you have Do Me, Feelings for You, Common Sense, One Dance, Side Chick, Smoke, and I can go on and on and on. That was a great album. I think that's number 3, my favorite album of all time at number 3. A favorite Liberian album of all time. So if you haven't listened to it yet, please do. All right. We'll go to the next question. Please tell that musician in the back to be quiet. Yeah, we're trying to do serious business here. So number 3, you must be the change you wish to see. This is a quote. Is this made in Liberia?
Yes.
You gotta say it.
Yeah, yes, made in Liberia. Ellen Johnson said it.
Nope, and this is made in India. You're very confident, and for that reason, we'll minus the 3 points from you.
Too
This is
confident.
a
What?
quote by Gandhi. Gandhi,
Now 100
India.
points.
So you are still in first place with 1,241. Remember, if you go over 1847, you lose. So if you come to get this correct, you already come the loser. So you just save yourself. Number 4. This is Liberia. Put the time on the board here. That's no, and this is made in Ghana. As if I remember correctly, I think that was by a guy named starts with an S. I can't remember. But yeah, go on to the last question here for this game. So it's another audio. So listen closely.
It's either me or these catching the vapors. I'm headed straight to the top with jealous capacity in my elevator.
Yes, Main Labrock.
Skydiving. I pray
You
Yes,
need
to
to
Main
wait
yes,
until
yes,
you
Labrock.
yes.
finish.
This is
Yes.
Buggy Raw.
You need to
Buggy
wait
Raw,
until you
Buggy
finish.
Raw,
outage and promise my mother that day.
Buggy Raw, Main Labrock.
Feared the federally indictments. Oh Lord, the chances I take without a valid.
Yes, this is Bokiro made in Liberia.
You need the name of the song. Anybody can identify the artist, though. That one an easy thing. So I'll put the time on the board. All of y'all are shouting. You can tell again.
Amen.
All right. It's yes, and this is main Labra, and this is Monolo, I think. Yes, Monolo by Bucky Raw. I almost said Monopoly. All right.
Somebody say Amen.
I think what you call it, Mr. Williams said amen. So we're about to
Exactly.
conclude this. Amen. That was an old song. So we're about to subtract amen point from you.
Oh,
So minus 53 points. So then he is in third place overall. So these are the rankings for this game, and then we'll move on into the next game after we take our short break. So in first place, we have Mr. Clements with 1,241 points.
Wow.
In second place, we have Mr. Sumo with 644 points. And then in third place, we have Mr. Williams with 97 points. And then we have Mr. Weeks, who owe us 106 points. So remember, if you have negative, we'll subtract it from the next game. If you have positive, we'll add it in the next game. So the next game, we'll come back and we'll play it. We'll take a very short break. So hang in there, guys, and we'll be right back. But we'll keep the scores up here so we can add it at the end. Any concerns so far before we go for our break?
I'm concerned about the
score?
the point for each maybe for the image, for the audio as well. You know. I think you can tabulate that too.
Okay. Well, when you get in the positive, then we can listen to you.
amen. You will pay our money.
Yeah. Stand by, everyone. All right. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the 1847 show. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba from the Girls of Destiny Charity Organization and owner at Janice Smith. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
right, welcome back to the 1847 show. I'm your host, Prince Lamin Jarbo, and you're watching the 1847 game show today. And this is the 6th edition of our game show. We have 4 contestants here joining us for the show. However, right now we're about to go on to the second segment of the show, which is when we play our Jeopardy game. So we'll bring our contestants back on the screen. So while I try to bring the next game up, what are you guys' reaction? Mr. Weeks, if you're there, you got to turn on your camera. Mr. Sumo, you are used to being in the lead, but today you're not in the lead. What's going on?
Well, everything is cool. Yes, I think I'm just not in the lead. Not because I don't even know what to say. But I still have hope of winning though.
Okay.
You know, everybody get our superior now.
Mr. Clement is not my superior.
But he's proving his superiority here now.
I understand. I have superior, man. I have superior, man.
Yeah. Let's reach some strong who are using the speak.
So I wonder why Mr. Williams you the need to talk about other people. Why you can talk about yourself? You are in third place.
No, for me, you know, I waiting for the next game, the Jeopardy game.
He used to losing.
Mr. Jabo is like
No,
it's like my niece is convinced that I'm his superior, so he's finding superior for me.
I actually came with the intention of defeating my niece, but you know. Anyways, we on it.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Weeks? You the last to speak. Is it because you're in last place? You on mute.
I cannot say anything now because I'm not in a positive.
I mean, thinking about our money, Benny.
All right, awesome. Mr. Weeks, for you guys don't know, that's my best friend, so that's why I'm giving him a hard time. But on this show, it doesn't matter whether you're best friend or you best friend, you got to earn your points, right? Yeah. So, anyways, we'll put the game on the board here. So the first one we have, these are the rules. This is the Jeopardy game. It said we will entertain breaks as necessary. To begin, I'm going to give a general question. Most of you already know the rules. I'll give a general question, which will be worth no point. And whoever answers that question will be the one to go first. The game is started by the participants selecting a game category like this. You select a category, and then you select the total points value. So if you want history, you say history for 200 or history for 400, and that's how you will start. But once you choose that, does not mean only you can answer that. Anybody else can answer that. All responses to our answer must be in a question format. So if I gave you a statement, you have to answer back by saying who is, what is, where is, or when is. So you have to answer in a question format. Remember that if you do not answer that, we'll not consider that. After choosing an answer, all participants will have 10 seconds to provide the correct answer. After choosing the question, the individual who correctly answers the question will be given an opportunity to select a question in the next round. Anyone with the wrong answer will have the point value deducted from their total score. So this game works differently. If the question is worth 400 points and you get it wrong, we'll minus 400 points. It's not 53 points. So keep that in mind as well. And this one, the score has no limits. You can go up to as high as you can earn. So for you who in the negative, your goal here should be to earn as many points as you can, because some people, they're already in the lead by 1,241 points. So keep that in mind. Any questions before we get started?
I got one question.
Yes, Mr.
So
Leader.
for the game, so for the game, the higher point, the commendation, the higher point is the winner, right?
Yeah, for the cash prize today.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, in this game, what you call it, it's very different. The game can change anytime in this game. So just know that just because you're in the lead does not guarantee anything. For those of you who have been on the show, am I correct?
Sure.
Yeah, so it's not to discourage you, Mr. What you call him, Mr. Clements. It's just to tell you that
yes.
You gotta be ready. All right, so I'll go ahead and put the thing back on here. share my screen. All right, can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you a general question, and then whoever answers that general question will be the one to go. So my general question is, this is the time that the show starts every week.
What
What
is
is
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
GMT?
Saturday?
When is 5 p.m. Liberian time?
That is correct, Mr. Williams, for saying when, because we're talking about time.
Sure.
The technicality will get you in
Mm,
this game. We're talking about
mm.
time. So Mr. Williams get to go first. We do not give you any points for that. So go ahead, Mr. Williams.
The 1847 show 600 points.
All right. The 1847 show for 600 points. Anybody can answer this one. This is a daily double. This individual is the latest artist to be interviewed on the show.
Who is Bosco?
That is correct. Who is Bosco? So the man just got 1,200 points from this question.
Oh,
Because this is a daily double. So 600 will multiply by 2. You don't want to tell Edwards thank you for this question?
Thank you, man.
So since you answered that correctly, we'll go to you now. Mr. Clemens, you get to choose a question next.
Sports 600 points. Sports 600
Sports for
points.
600. Mr. Clemens, I can't joke to do. This was the 4-time score in the most recent football match of Liberia versus Ghana.
What
What
is
is
TD1?
TD1?
That is correct. Mr. Clemens, what is TD1?
Oh, I think
All
oh.
right. So 600 for Mr. Clemens. Okay. Back to you, Mr. Clemens.
No, let's go to history 600 points.
History for 600 points. Man, let's 600 Benin. This was the name of the first American colonization ship that brought settlers from New York to
what is
Liberia.
the Mayflower?
That is incorrect. So you owe us 600. We'll keep that in mind. We got 5 more seconds.
What is the Elizabeth?
That is correct. What is the Elizabeth?
Mr. Javo? Mr. Javo?
Yes, Mr. Sumo.
Do you know that another name for the ship Elizabeth is the Mayflower?
I do not know that, but we can only give
Of
credit
course.
to what's on here. So let me do
Able-
quick research. The best I can do for you is if
That's
this
true,
is
Mr.
true,
Jabo.
then we will not minus any points from you, but we'll not give you points also because
That's true.
We can only give points to what's on here. Let me see. And
That is true. That's the other name for the
I think my
ship Elizabeth.
contestants can bear me witness.
okay, so let's do this, Mr. Weeks. Then, if you think that's true, then he should get the points, right?
That's
No.
true. It's either
The
the
character-
Elizabeth or the
the
Mayflower.
character, the name that was placed on the show.
That is correct. So we'll go with that. But we will not deduct any points from you, Mr. Sumo. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yes, let's go.
Yep. All right, let's go on. Mr. Weeks, back to you.
History for 800 points.
History for 800 points. The city of Monrovia was named this before it was named
Who
after.
is
What is Crystal Police?
That is correct. What is Christopolis? So Mr. Williams, you said who is something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to say another question. I just got confused. Yeah.
So let's give this man his points first. Mr. Sumo will give you your points here. Now somebody said who is. Did you finish that sentence? Be honest.
No, I didn't complete it. I was about to say who is James Morrow, and then I saw the question.
Okay. All right. So back to you, Mr. Sumo, then. You got to select a category and a point value.
All right, I go for drinks, 400 points.
Drinks for 400 points. So right now in the lead, we have Mr. Clements with 1,800, and then followed by Mr. Sumo with 800 and Mr. Weeks with 600. So this game can change at any point. Drinks for 400. This alcoholic beverage by Monrovia Breweries can be bought in these 3 different sizes.
What is club beer?
We're talking about these 3 different sizes.
What is small beer?
What is small beer, large beer, and medium beer?
That is correct. What are small, medium, and large? Now, since you said club beer first, and you said the correct answer, we'll just give you 0. You don't get anything for that. But you do get to choose the next question. Okay. All right. Go ahead, choose the next question.
I go with drink for 200 points.
No, Mr. Sumo. Remember, he answered correctly. He just didn't get any points because he said the wrong answer first. So he is the one choosing the category now.
Okay.
Let's go to sports for 200 points. Sports for
200. All right. This is the most popular and most played sport in Liberia.
What is soccer? What is soccer?
What is football? But Mr. Sumo said football. We don't call football soccer in Liberia. So what is football? You said that, right, Mr. Sumo?
Still getting adjusted to the game.
Mr. Sumo, you said football, right?
Is it?
I said you said football, right?
I said soccer.
Who said football?
Nobody.
No one said football. Just a friend to speak.
Nobody said football. I thought I heard football.
No.
I said football.
No, nobody said football. I was just a friend to speak. That's all.
Nobody said football.
Somebody said football.
Nobody said football.
I said football.
But where you coming from with your soccer? You're American? Yeah, for that reason, I'm giving anybody any points. Why you calling football soccer for? In like, bro, when you're ready to play, I can say I go play soccer.
But Mr. Jabo, remember the last time on the show, he said, what was the official language spoken in Liberia? Somebody said Kologwa. He said, no English, and we know very well we can say, can we speak Kologwa?
No. But formally, we know that we all speak English. Formally. But anyways, nobody will get point for that because I know where you're coming from with your soccer. But we'll go back to you, I believe it was Mr. Clemens, right?
Yes.
Let's go to sports for 400 points.
Sports for 400. This individual plays as a left back for Sylvia Prague and the Liberian national team.
Who is Oscar Dolly?
Who is Oscar
Dolly?
Okay, between Mr. Weeks and Mr. Williams, who did you hear first?
Mr. Jawad. Mr. Jawad.
Mr. Williams, who did you hear first?
That was
I think I came first.
So 2 of them just said that together.
Mr.
No
Weeks.
point. No point. The poster was.
So this is what I would do, right? I'm gonna give each of you half the points. Are you guys okay with that?
No problem.
Or we can say 0 points.
No,
we choose to share the point.
If we get a man 200, he will have 2,000 points. And then if we give you 200, you have 1,000 points.
Yes, let's move on.
Mr. Clemens will go. We will select the question since he was the most recent one to get it right by himself. So Mr. Clemens, go ahead again.
The sports 400 still there. I see the scene.
Yeah. Now it's not there. Go ahead.
Yeah, on this sports I go in sports 800. Sports 800.
Sports for 800. Daily double. This individual is a Liberian professional footballer who plays.
Who is Samson Duel? Who is Samson Duel? Who is Samson Duel?
That is correct. So make that 800 times 2.
Jesus.
This guy. This guy.
Prince.
Yeah.
It seems that I got watched all the videos.
Mr. Sumo is usually the one in the lead at this one.
This guy.
So back to you, Mr. Clemens.
Let's go to history for 400 points.
You want to
History
finish
for 400 points. No, like keeping that 1,000 for little.
History of 400. Daily double. This American president was the first American president to recognize Liberia as an independent nation in 1862.
Who is?
If you get it wrong, you owe us 400.
Who is George Bush?
5 more seconds. That is incorrect.
Who is Ronald Reagan?
That is Who is Abraham Lincoln? So we said 1862, my man. All those people that you guys are calling are new presidents. 1862, George Bush was not born. All right, so let me start minusing our points here. Minus 400. Mr. Weeks, we haven't forgotten. So back to you, Mr. Clements.
In the team for 600.
In the team for 600. The people really helping you. Not only are they giving you the opportunity to answer, but they're also answering incorrectly too. In the team for 600. This famous Liberian actor is a representative aspiring in this. The other person can answer. You have to wait for him to finish it. Five more seconds.
We're Frank Atus.
That is correct.
Who is Frank Atus?
Mr. Weeks said it first.
Mr. Weeks said it first. So we'll give you a 600 points here. Back to you, Mr. Weeks.
History for 200 points.
History for 200. This Liberian constitution mandates the general elections to be conducted on this day of the week each election year.
What is the second Tuesday in October?
That is correct. What is the second
When
Tuesday?
is October 10? When is October 10?
That's a 0.
Tuesday. We're looking for the day, second Tuesday. So Mr. Williams with 200 points. He just got on the score. So back to you, Mr. Williams.
The 1847 show for 400 points.
I remember you're not leading the 1847 show business now. This is the amount given to winners of the game show.
How much is $15? How much is $15?
What is $15?
Said it first. What is $15? So 400 points here for you. Back to you, Mr. Weeks.
History for 1,000 points.
History for 1,000. This is this American individual was the first colonization agent in Liberia.
Who was Judy Ashmore?
Sorry,
Who was Judy Ashmore?
Who is who? You said something about Ashmore.
Who is Joseph Jigera?
Who is Judy Ashmore? Mr. Sumo said it first.
Ashmore.
So we'll go ahead and put 1,000 points on the board here for you. All right, back to you, Mr. Sumo.
I go for sports 1,000 points.
Sports for 1,000. The man coming in your lane with Mr. Clemens. This young Liberian female plays as a midfielder in the U.S. for AFC Ann Arbor.
Who is Agada Nimine?
That is correct. Who is Agada Nimini? Mr. Sumo, that was you, right?
Yes, yes.
For 1,000 points. You see how the game can change anytime? So do not give up. All right, back to you, Mr. Sumo.
Drinks for 800.
Drinks for 800. Daily double. This drink is typically sold at school campuses or in the community and must be frozen.
What is sour milk?
What is sour milk?
Right. What is sour milk? What is school aid?
What is school aid? What is school aid? What is school aid? What is school aid?
I said school aid.
Mr. Weeks said school aid first.
Mr. Weeks was the first.
And then don't think we'll forget about you, Mr. Sumo. You said sour milk. So we're about to Not because you acting nice, you won't forget.
This game is going against me today.
So let's manage that 800 points for him with a sound milk. And then this is a daily double, so Mr. Weeks will get double the points.
What?
So we currently have
my
Mr. Weeks in second place.
My 15 briefing.
Nimsek, what's going on?
Now remember that like a 15 briefing you're talking about, like a combined score from the other game.
You already get all your score to pay back for.
So
That 50 preview. You're right.
Yeah, negative 102.
You know, whether you be mute, money for you to pay debt. I don't want to pay debt.
Still don't give up.
In the team for 1,000.
You can be like video.
Yeah.
Entertainment for 1,000. This Facebook page interviews individuals about the cost of their outfits and is run by an individual named Alvin Melody.
What is street price?
Yeah, man. That's
That
follow
is
it.
What is street fries? 1,000 points for Mr. Sumo. Wow.
Jesus, what?
Now both of them are in second place. Mr. Weeks and Mr. Sumo are in second place. But back to you, Mr. Sumo.
Entertainment for 200.
Entertainment for 200. This media personnel hosts a talk show called The Talk with Sassy MC.
Who is Rosemary Makiva?
Hey, Baba.
Yeah.
That is
Boy,
correct. That is correct. Mr. Sumo, you said that, right?
Sure.
All right. We'll go ahead and add your 200 points here. Now he's in second place by himself, and then Mr. Weeks is third place.
I'm biggest three. Everyone there will still smoke.
Drinks for 600.
Mr. Williams, if you want to observe the show, why you go in the comment section as an audience?
No, the problem here is I don't want to hold the show, you know. So it better be like this, and then what question comes, I'm going to answer.
We're gonna another excuse before you because you were also you're not taking a risk.
No, if the question comes, if I'm able to answer, I'll answer. But for now,
all right, let Leo your professional excuse me.
Drinks.
Drinks for 600, you said, right?
Drinks for 600.
All right, anybody can answer this? This
Yes.
non-alcoholic beverage is made with ginger, pineapple, and lemon. $600 points. Five more seconds.
Edward,
What about you?
What is ginger beer? What is ginger beer?
Yeah, negative test.
What is it? They give me that against me.
So back to you, Mr. Sumoto, since nobody answered.
Drinks for 1,000 points.
Drinks for 1,000. Whoever get this will go in first place. 1,000. Unless you, Mr. William, but whoever else get this point will go in first place. This drink contains ingredients like milk, plain yogurt, sour cream, and sugar.
What is sour milk?
That is correct. What is sour milk? Sour
See you
milk.
guys, man. Take it back.
So Mr. Weeks is currently in first place with 3,800 points.
That's what we do.
It's kind of game can change anytime.
That's what you do. You got points to pay for.
Don't forget that Mr. Clemens has 1,200 points that we have to add on your score.
Yeah, that man. I know 1,000 points over on the whole game, Nana.
1847 for 200.
1847 for 200 points. True or false? Individuals only appear on the 1847 show once.
False.
Two.
What is two? What is two? What is two?
What is false? What is
That
false?
is correct. What is false? You said false first, but I didn't put the answer up because you didn't say what is. Now, for other people who said true, you all owe us.
This game is really playing in the game.
So, Mr. Clemens, you owe us 200.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Suma as well, you owe us 200.
Take it away.
And then Mr. Weeks, we don't give you any points because you said it incorrectly first, and then you said it correctly, so we don't owe you any points.
No problem.
You prefer that one, eh?
Namesake, what's up?
So,
Go back to you, Mr. Weeks. Go ahead.
1847 for 1,000.
Oh, wow.
1847 for 1,000. If that man get this, then he can win the game. All right. This was offered to the two Duchess of the 2023 wives after being interviewed on the show.
What is an internship at Project Change International?
That is correct. What is an internship? We didn't need all the extra information, but thank you. We'll give you 1,000 points.
I just plan to make somebody lose that 1,000 points.
Let me all be any more progress for you. All right, back to you.
Weeks is already slowing.
Back to you, Mr. Williams.
800 points, 1847 show.
1847 show for 800 points. The guests on the show are highly advised to have a strong connection to this.
What is two?
That is correct. What is the internet, Mr. Sumo? What is the internet?
Yes.
We said strong connection.
Please manage their points. Please manage their points.
For who?
For us to answer wrongly.
I heard two people answer wrongly.
Two persons.
I heard Mr. Clemens who answered incorrectly.
You don't want to say
Including weeks.
Let's do the minusing first. Minus 800 from Mr. Weeks.
You say
And then we'll minus 800 from Mr. Clemens. And then we'll add 800 to Mr. Sumo. So Mr. Sumo in this game, he's currently in first place with 3,600. This is why you don't give up in this game. You can change anytime. Back to you, Mr. Sumo.
Go for drinks for 200 points.
Drinks for 200. This traditional drink is typically milky and typically sour and is served during traditional ceremonies.
What is Pangwang?
That is correct, Mr. Weeks. What is Pangwang? Said it first.
Yeah, the two men.
I said it first.
I said Pangwang.
No, but Mr. Weeks said it first. Oh, yeah, got it correct, but he said it first.
But the man get negative. Me and I want anybody. I want go in peace.
I said it first.
So we're not subtract from you because you didn't get it wrong. We got two more questions on the board. Now, this is a very strategic time in this game because, we'll bring the old scores back so you can see where you're at. So, Mr. Clemens, if you look here, let me see here. So we'll take a short break at this junction so you can think good, and then we'll come back. Right here.
53 times 2.
So right here. So Mr. Clemens currently have 1,241 points that will add to this his score. And then Mr. Sumo has 644 points that will add to this his score. Mr. Williams have 97 points that will add to here. And Mr. Weeks have 106 points that will subtract from this his score. So keep that in mind. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. But don't forget, Just remember where you are. Wake up, walk around, because this game could change, everything right now. So we'll be right back and we'll take a short break.
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba from the Girls of Destiny Charity Organization and owner at Janice's Snacks. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
All right. So welcome back, everyone. We're at the last two questions in our Jeopardy game here, and everybody already know where they stand between the total scores from the last game and this game. So we'll go ahead. I believe Mr. Weeks answered correctly the last question, which was this: drinks for 200. So you get to go now.
Entertainment for 800.
Entertainment for 800. If you answer this correctly, you will be in the lead in this game. Daily Double. This German Liberian comedian goes by the name of GGG, which stands for this. You got 1,600 if you answer this correctly. 1,600. What does GGG stands for? Five more seconds. At free 1,600 points, I can let go. 5 more seconds. Yeah, 1 more 5.
See, Giant German Gina.
That is correct. Giant German Gina. That is correct. Giant German Gina. Huh? You said Giant German Gina, but if you listen to that question, the answer correctly, you did not say who is. So it will not accept that. You cannot accept that answer because you did not say who is the Giant German Gina. All right. So sorry for that. Good effort. We'll go back to you, Mr. Weeks.
Hello.
We only have one more left, so let us know when you're ready. All right. BMB is the abbreviation for this famous Liberian song.
Butter my bread. What is butter my bread?
That is correct. What is butter my bread?
They made that butter my bread. What is butter my bread?
Yeah, he said butter my bread, and then what is butter my bread?
I was still in the right answer.
But he was still in the right answer, so he still got
I was still in the right answer, Weeks.
So he will still get the 400 points because he did not say an incorrect answer. All right, so give you 400 points. I think Mr. Weeks said something. You said something incorrect, right?
No, I beg you.
No.
You said no, is it? All right, so we'll bring the total scores on the board here. Congratulations, everyone, for playing. Let's see who our winner is.
No bonus.
Bonus.
To do what? To repay your minus points?
Let's start adding the total score here. You know if you get bonus or not. All right.
No.
So we'll start from Mr. Williams. So Mr. Williams had 97 points in the first game.
Namesake.
So you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So Mr. Williams had 97 points in the first game, and then in this game he had 1,200 points. So his total points is 1219, 1297, 1,297 points. And then the next person we have here is Mr. Clements. So Mr. Clements had 1,241 in the first game, and then in this game he has 2,600. So 3,841 total score.
Ooh la la.
And then we'll go to Mr. Weeks next. Mr. Weeks had negative 106 plus, hold on. We'll just do his 3,200
Oh,
minus 106. So your total score is 3,000 for the 94. All right. Now for Mr. Sumo, he has 6 for the full in the first game, plus 4,000 in this game, 4,006 for the full. So we have a winner here. Mr.
Namesake, I told you.
the next time from you. Come
I
on,
mean,
go.
you need to draft on it. You need to draft on the game show. Next time I
What's the
next time I
criteria
appear here, you need to draft.
What's the criteria to draft?
You know, anytime the link come out, I say, Mr. Sumo there. As soon as you say Mr. Sumo there, I say, okay, pal.
Well, Prince, Mr. Suma have played a game before, so probably you understand the game. So, for the fact that he played this game before, you need to send me something. Yeah.
I'm waiting to educate you.
I don't think it gives you the advantage of winning the game. I think it's just the concept because every time there are a lot of changes in regards to the questions and things. It's just a confidence aspect.
And I would also like to let people know that I won the first time I played the game.
One of the reason that got me very slow to get points in the first game was the rules. I never knew about the game. You know, I tried to adjust myself. One of the reasons that's why you see obtain on negative one or something. Yeah, but trust me, if I ever appear on this show again, I'll be the winner.
Anyway, that's the reality. That's the same reason for which I was not talking in regards to the question. I didn't know because I don't want to get negative. And I appeared before. I think I had some sort of negative, and then I was the lowest.
So there is a guy here on the show who is very quiet. Let's find out why.
Mr. Clements.
I'm a last call. I'm listening. I'm listening. Because I'm winning, man. Already helping me.
We'll claim our answer in PP. Boop, boop, boop. You may think it.
So overall, Mr. Sumo, what lesson have you learned today from this game, from the way it went?
Well, actually, I came to the realization that it's not over until it is over. Mm-hmm. You have to keep being consistent, keep being focused, and keep pushing. And then my namesake said something. He said he was afraid to take the risk. Life is a risk, bro. Yes, life is a risk. At some point in time, I felt that I was down, but then with the amount of points I keep seeing in the Jeopardy game, I said, no, I can still make it. And then, fortunately for me, I made it. But then you don't say you can't take the risk because you don't want to have negative. And at the end of the day, you still came the last. So what's the essence? Take the risk, bro.
Yeah, without taking risk, you still came last place. So why you just take a risk and see what it's going to do for you, right?
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Weeks has some beautiful excuses here. Talking about it was his first time on the show. If he knew the rules,
I will adjust myself to the game.
Mr. Sumo won both games when he came on the show the first time, so there is no excuse.
Wow.
So what do you have to say to that?
So listen, I listened to Mr. Sumo when he won the first game, right? So he said that he listened to the game and then he got adjusted for the fact that he asked question asked by you at the time, and then he knew the questions and probably he knew the way forward, how to ask the relevant questions and how to answer them. So probably at that moment he got adjusted to the game and the show too as well.
So prior
to joining the show, he watched the game. He watched videos.
I
So,
witnessed a video.
so what you're saying is this man
So
is not
prior to coming
exactly
to
clear
this
from
show,
winning.
you witnessed my video.
Eh?
Prior to coming to this show today, you witnessed my video, right?
No, I didn't.
So how you
Really?
managed to know that
How you know
he
I
lost the
was
game?
just there?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Sumo, next time I come here when I hear a name, either you drop or I go steady for you.
The thing about this
Don't
game
read
is
me bad internet.
One thing I should say that they show that this game, a lesson I learned from this was that for the fact that uh, especially the Jinto, the Giant, the GDG, right? I've been watching it so many, but never been paying key attention to it. Yeah, yeah, seriously. Yeah, so I feel that this time around, I'll prioritize like doing actors and watching music because I don't give to the music, especially like music. So most of the music play, I don't know the artist name, I don't know the comedian names and things. So I have to follow them, and then if I reappear, I'll be on.
That's a serious lesson that this game show has taught me. It have made me to like pay full attention to every single Liberian content I come across. Because
Yeah.
who knows, I might see it here one day. So yes, it's something I pay key attention to. You see that street fries?
Yes,
It will just you to know that
I
few news
knew,
everywhere just discussing the street fries outside.
I knew the answer, but I couldn't remember the name. Yes, so
I'm really proud that that's what the show is doing to you guys. That's the whole intent behind it, right? Is to promote our Liberian culture, to be more involved. So if the show is making you to do that, then we're fulfilling our purpose. So thank you for the feedback. We appreciate that. But we're a little short on time, so we'll give you guys the stage for any last words that you would like to give to those who are watching. You can go ahead and share your feedback. Just anything you would like to tell people watching across Liberia and across the world. We'll start with you, Mr. Williams.
All right.
Yeah, so for
Actually,
me,
sorry. Let's start with the winner for respect's sake.
oh the winner, I need to be winner too. Ha.
Mr. Sumo, please go ahead for respect's sake.
All right. For our viewers, this is the 1847 game show, and it aims to promote all things Liberia, and it aims to promote Liberian contents. And then, like I said previously, the way to join this show is to invite 15% to the 1847 show Facebook page, and then text the page via the message box, and then you'll have to wait forward to join the show. And to all of us that are watching in and out of Liberia, we say again, let us promote peace in time of this election. Liberia is all we have. This day is going to come and pass. We are going to have an elected leader, and then we will still have to live as Liberians. We will still coexist. So let's love one another and promote the peace in Liberia. Thanks.
Thank you. Wild words. Sounds like a winner. Thank you, my man. We'll go to the second place. Second place, I believe, was Mr. Weeks, right? No, it wasn't Mr. Weeks, Mr. Clemens.
Mr. Clements.
Mr. Clemens, second place. What do you have to say to anybody watching? This is also an opportunity for you to do business again.
To everybody watching in the first place, this is the 1847 game show, the 6th edition. It puts all things Liberia. And I would like to say again, come Tuesday is the election. Let's keep the peace so Liberia can move forward. Thank you.
So we didn't get much of your feedback about how you felt about coming in second place today. You're very confident. What happened?
it was credit for somebody to see now.
No, the thing I heard is the German China, that guy, I can really watch a comedy. Obviously, who is. I'm very confused. Why I put who is?
And
Nobody to the answer beside me. Nobody to the answer beside me. I don't know the answer here. I know. I understand why I was rushing to answer the question that somebody was waiting to answer. Nobody waiting to answer.
And I
But
give
anyway,
all of you
listen to the
additional
winner.
time.
I'll try again.
Without,
I'll win.
yeah.
However, you were
One
also
time
a
interest in
motivate. You was also a motivation. When it comes to the sport business. Yeah, sometimes I just watch
just
game.
I watch it for
Again,
in Ghana.
yeah, sometimes we can watch game and just enjoy it, but those details we actually don't follow it. For me, I actually don't know most of these people names that you were calling. Like maybe if I see them, yeah, I know that they're present playing for Liberia, they're playing out of the country, but I don't know them by names and certain things about them.
Yeah, awesome. Mr. Weeks, how about you? Do you have any words for those that are watching?
Yeah, for those that are watching, I want to say that we should all like and follow our 1847 show because it promotes all things Liberia. And I also want to give out this caveat for those that will be voting on Tuesday or something. Others are prioritizing peace within Liberia because without peace, there will be no progress. Because it's the foundation and of the country to move forward. So that's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And then you did well in the game. Thank you for not giving up. At least you still came in third place. So that was a good effort for your first try. Now, Mr. Williams, what do you have to say to people watching?
Um, Firstly, I would like to appreciate every one of them for coming on here to be able to support the 1847 show or to see what we do as the 1847 source and how they themselves too can come to be part of this journey in order to support the things that Liberians need to grow. And to everyone out there, I would like to say this is a time of election. Stay peaceful, go and carry on your civil duties, say no to electoral violence. It is our right to vote and make our own decisions. So if someone not treating you right, if someone treating you good, you have that right in your hands to go and make your decision, not to carry on electoral violence. So go and make your decision peacefully and get back to your homes. And then to parents, keep hold to your children and tell them to avoid anything that has to do with violence, protest, or anything that will disturb the peace of our country, Liberia. And thank you to my fellow participants and to our winner again, Mandise.
You guys saying that, man, like a winner, the winner.
Yeah, they man, every time he won't win. But
Okay.
next time if I coming back, once I hear and year I'll watch all the video and then over and then I will study additional question.
Like the same thing you said the last time.
No, the last I think this is my first time really ending this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most often I will just drop off due to internet. But I think today was okay. I'm glad I could end it and see how exciting it is. Yeah.
I understand, my man. I'm just joking with you. Thank you for joining and thank you for the words as well. So, for everyone who's watching, this has been the 1847 show, and I've been your host, of course, Prince Lamin Jabo. If you would like to watch upcoming episodes, you can follow the 1847 show on social media. And until next time, remember that Liberia is all we got, and we must uphold the peace. Stay safe. God bless you, and God bless Mama Liberia. See you next time. Fellow Liberians, to many, Mama Liberia has been a single mother. She struggles to make ends meet in the absence of our founding fathers, yet she continues to raise a nation. Mama Liberia nurtures us from infancy to adulthood, despite our rebellion after discovering how prosperous we once were. Nonetheless, she remains resilient and hopeful for a better future for us all. As a country, we've enjoyed over 2 decades of unrivaled peace, which has become the bedrock of our nation's successes today. For Mama Liberia to continue thriving, we must understand that war has no place in our country. We need peace in this critical junction of our nation's history to harvest the prosperity we've longed for. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Liberia is all we have. We are all we have. As Liberians, we must be patriotic and learn to put the needs of our country before our own. As patriotic citizens, we must understand and accept that we need to lay the foundation for prosperity so the future generation can have a head start. We must be willing to sacrifice for our country's future, even though we may not personally benefit. We're called to spearhead positive change. We must be change makers. Being a change maker is not a job or a position. It's a calling, a lifelong commitment of sacrifices with no guaranteed benefits. Change makers put aside their religious, tribal, political, or other differences for the sole benefit of their motherland. Change makers do not hate. Change makers do not obstruct peace. Change makers do not resolve conflicts with violence. Change makers do not engage in corruption nor tolerate it. Change makers promote transparency and accountability in government, business, and everyday life, understanding that a corrupt Liberia cannot thrive. As change makers, we're stewards of our country's natural resources, advocating for sustainable practices to ensure a green and healthy tomorrow for future generations. Therefore, it is imperative that we embrace our civic duties. It is essential for us to actively participate in the democratic process by exercising our right to vote and engaging in constructive dialogue to bring about positive change. We must uphold the peace. Despite the challenges that may arise in the upcoming elections, I'm hopeful of our country's future. As patriotic citizens and change makers, I know we will prioritize unity, peace, progress, and our beloved Mama Liberia above all else. It is who we are as change makers, and it's exactly what our country needs. So what's your role in rebuilding our nation, fellow change maker?
Hello, my name is Jeopardy, founder of Destiny Creative Organization, and owner at Janice Snakes. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.